think it's very ironic. If you've been following the last 2 or so videos of mine talking about Alec Murdoch and the Super Bowl wager, $5,000 that he hasn't paid yet, that whole situation, and now everybody's mad at him inside the prison. I think it's very ironic that while Alec Murdoch finds himself in a big, dangerous problem from gambling, we got Buster Murdaugh over here living it up, living life in the casino. Because this is footage someone took recognizing Buster Murdaugh in the casino.
All right, y'all, I'm in the casino, y'all. This Buster Murdaugh. That's crazy, right here, Buster Murdaugh.
But hey, Buster can do what he wants, live life how he wants. I just thought that was ironic. Now, I do have a quick update. This isn't going to be the focus of the whole video. I'll tell you now. I have a very short and sweet update for you on the Alec Murdoch gambling situation because the update I got was short and sweet and kind of weird. But I talked to the same guy who's been giving me updates, and I asked him, hey, have you heard anything else? What's the word? Has anything happened? Do you have any more videos, or footage or conversations from that one guy that we saw in the other video talking about the situation, just so I have something? And he said, he responded back with something very short and simple. He said, no, I don't. That guy got stabbed, but Alec Murdoch paid the debt. So I responded back, asking a few more questions. Why that guy get stabbed? What happened with that? Oh, when did he pay the debt? I never got any response back. That's the only response I've gotten since. No, that guy got stabbed, but Alec Murdoch paid the debt. Now, I'm not going to sit here and tell you, hey, this happened because of, Alec is behind that. It could have, that guy could have called the wrong person, the wrong word, on the wrong day in the bathroom, and that guy could have just turned around and pulled out a knife and shanked him. It could have absolutely nothing to do with Alec. Or it could. I don't know, but I'm not going to reach. Okay, but that's just the update I've been given. So, as far as Alec Murdoch, he's good. He's paid off the debt, as far as I've been told. So, unless we hear, in a week or so that he's just been ripped to pieces, I'd say that's the truth, and I'm taking the word of that update. Now, the real point I want to focus on here of this video is it's this article. And this article really proves a lot of things I've been saying. I know a lot of you don't need this proof, but a lot of you do. I've been saying when I'm talking about South Carolina prisons, I'm talking about cell phones, or I'll post footage and people just flat out don't believe the footage. This is fake. This is set up. This is a movie set. This is AI. No. Inmates don't have phones in prison. Or I'll talk about the kind of money Alec Murdoch can be making, the kind of money Alec Murdoch can be moving around and handling and dealing with and just be involved in when it comes to inmates. You think Alec Murdoch's the only guy in there who's got money, like outrageous amounts of money? He's not. He's not. And although this article is about the Broad River Prison in South Carolina, let me tell you, if we're talking big three, if we're talking Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, and LeBron James, the big 3 yards of South Carolina prisons are the level 3s. And there's more level 3s than this, but you have Lee County, or Lee Correctional, Broad River Correctional, and McCormick, which is where Alec Murdoch is at. Those 3 prisons, listen, nothing happens on one prison that isn't just as much happening at the other prisons. Those other 2, okay, out of those 3. You go to any one of those 3 prisons, man, that is, you're really there now. You're really knee deep in a whole other world. This article talks about a captain. We're talking about a captain. It doesn't get too much higher than a captain. I think maybe a major. Maybe I'm out of line, out of order on the rankings. Maybe a major, but you got a captain and you got the warden. That's about it. A captain, a female captain at Broad River Correctional Institution, has been arrested after an investigation where they found out she took over $219,000 in bribes from inmates and helped over 176, I believe, cell phones get into inmates. 176 on that yard, just that yard. 176. And you wonder, how do I communicate with inmates in these prisons? How do I get these videos? How am I texting inmates? How do I FaceTime inmates and get these updates? How I call bull, I call BS. Well, There's your official news source article. And you want to talk about the kind of money these inmates are getting, the kind of money that's coming in there? $219,000. Where are they getting that from? I guarantee you she wasn't paid almost $250,000 in ramen noodles and Snicker bars. These inmates have real money. I'm not talking cash. I'm talking Cash App, PayPal, Venmo, Zelle, bank accounts. How do they get those? They got people on the outside. This is an operation back here, man. These guys are getting thousands and thousands, tens of thousands, and some even hundreds of thousands. And there's a lot of guys getting that type of money. And when you got that type of money, you can buy captains, you can buy wardens, you can buy anybody. It's money, the right price. And so I've been trying to paint this picture of where Alec Murdoch is at. And if you think about the type of guy that we know Murdaugh is, I'm just trying to put these two things together for you, because I understand this isn't going on in every prison, maybe a little bit, maybe a lot, maybe more. But I'm telling you what's going on at South Carolina prisons. And he's in one of the big three, McCormick. I mean, those prisons compete for how many people get stabbed, how much money they get, how many phones, how much contraband they get in, like just how devious they get on these yards. I mean, these guys fight for the title of that. These 3 yards. And so you're not going to get too much different anywhere you go. So I'm telling you, Alec Murdoch is definitely in his element. If he's going to want to be the guy who gets in the mix, gets his hands dirty, gets his hands in this pot, in this jar, in this pot, and starts dealing with a lot of money to make things happen, paying off people, man, that's right at home for Murdoch. And the reason this is relevant is because I told you from one of my sources, this was months ago, but one of my sources told me, who was right there in PC with him and has a cell phone. So hopefully now after this article, it's not too hard to believe, communicated to me that he is just biding his time until all his little court things are done, which now they are. And if all hope is lost and all fails, which it has, he's going to be there a long, long time. No doubt about it. I don't care what he does or what, it's done. And he knows that. He's going to be there. This is his new home. But at the time, he didn't know that. Maybe I can still wiggle out of all this. The inmate said he's just waiting until all hope is lost, and he knows he's going to be there pretty much forever, and then he's going to get real comfortable. He wants a cell phone. He wants to do stuff. He wants to get involved. He wants to mingle. He wants to leave PC. He wants to get into the general population where the real action's going on. You think that guy's not ready to get some pills? Oh, they're there. And I've been saying that. But I did just want to bring this article to everyone's attention because I guess I know it's hard to take a YouTuber's word for it sometimes. But, this is where I'm coming from. This is kind of confirming everything I've been saying. That was my home away from home, unfortunately, for a decade. I know what's going on there. I know the type of guy Alec Murdoch is, and I can just see. I'm not saying I got a crystal ball, but I can just see what he's going to get himself into now that he's where he is in his legal stuff. Okay, I've just seen it all too many times, and I just, knowing this guy, knowing what he's done, knowing how he thinks, and knowing the capabilities he has, is all I've been trying to explain. Now is the time. The rest of this year, by the end of this year, I guarantee you, we're going to get some outstanding updates. Whether you get them from me, whether you get them from the news, if that's what you trust so much, we're going to hear some crazy things involving Murdaugh. But just wanted to give that update. A lot of people asked me about that when I went live the other day. So I told them I'd make that video and give that quick update. I can't really make a whole video out of that update because it's really just 2 sentences. That guy from the video who was talking about how angry he is that he hasn't been paid, got stabbed, but the debt has been paid. So I guess Murdaugh's out of hot water for now. Thanks for watching. See you next time.